Our previous news video just ended, and we are looking for the second one today. And some special news, because it's not often that we got news about New Japan Pro Wrestling, but we will get to the news about New Japan in a second. Because longtime WWE employee and road agent, one of the more respected road agents in WWE, Jamie Noble, will be given the opportunity to step in the ring one last time in his hometown of Charleston, West Virginia, at an upcoming house show, which is a very nice gesture from WWE to give one of their long tenured employees the opportunity to go out on his terms and have one more match in his hometown, as Noble will be competing at a house show very soon for one last time, for what could be his last time in the ring. As he said in a tweet, it will be the first time in 11 years, or he was taken out of the ring 11 years ago, which is insane. That I remember that I remember his last match as an active wrestler because I remember seeing Sheamus powerbomb him on the floor. You know, you don't see that spot happen a lot where somebody gets powerbombed on the floor. I only remember seeing Sheamus do it to Noble and Vader do it to Cactus Jack. So, you know, you don't see that spot a lot. So you remember, and I remember the last time I saw Jamie Noble as an active wrestler was that. Outside of that, Noble has only competed once or twice as a member of the Authority and the bodyguard or the security detail of then world champion Seth Rollins. So it'll be a pleasant sight to see Noble competing, even if it is at a house show. It is a nice gesture from WWE to allow him to compete in his hometown of Charleston, West Virginia. What happened after Full Gear is a sight that wrestling fans, I think it's going to take a little bit for them to get accustomed to, because William Regal showed his true colors, and it was the BCC informing Mox of what happened at the end of their world title match, because all Mox thought was MJF cheated. But BCC informed Mox of what happened, and Mox showed his anger. Mox showed how pissed off he was about what happened, about what his mentor did. In, you know, to a degree, that's how he looks at William Regal, or that's what we get from what we think of William Regal's relationship with the BCC. So it's going to be interesting to see what happens now at the BCC after what happened at Full Gear. And we'll talk about that leading into Dynamite this week, because I think, if anything, if I was Jon Moxley, I would be trying to go on my vacation now, and it would be smart to keep the BCC off TV for a little bit, just as a way to let it sink in what happened to end Full Gear, in my opinion. As far as the earlier news, what took place over the weekend, speaking of Full Gear, we have Wrestle Kingdom news and also New Japan news, like I said. The New Japan news is New Japan crowned its first women's champion, as, in association with Stardom, the former Kairi Sane, now Kairi, is the first ever IWGP Women's Champion, and she is set to defend the title at Wrestle Kingdom 17 in January, in what I believe will be her first title defense. New Japan, in its illustrious legacy as a promotion, has yet to have a women's champion or a women's division of any sort. So this is a step in the right direction of modernizing New Japan. I don't know if it's going to be an official division for New Japan or if it's going to be in association with Stardom, where they're just going to have the talent and share the talent with Stardom, or if they're going to be contracted New Japan talent. I think it is association with Stardom, and that they will work New Japan, but also work Stardom. So it would be like back and forth. Um, but it is a step in the right direction for New Japan and a very positive thing for those involved because it will give the women of Japanese wrestling the opportunity to be featured on a bigger scale than they would be without New Japan. So congratulations to the former Kairi Sane, on becoming the first ever IWGP Women's Champion. And speaking of Wrestle Kingdom 17, the match that all the hardcore wrestling fans have been waiting for, that has been talked about and was on everybody's mind heading into Forbidden Door earlier this year, Kenny Omega versus Will Ospreay. The current IWGP United States champion is one of the most talked about people in New Japan and in wrestling all in all because he lets his mouth talk and he has more than enough of ability to back it up in the ring. Will Ospreay is finally going to be stepping in the ring against Kenny Omega, and no, it is not at an AEW show. Kenny Omega returns to New Japan Pro Wrestling for the first time since walking away from New Japan in 2019 ahead of or following the announcement of AEW as a promotion. Kenny Omega returns at Wrestle Kingdom 17 to collide with his rival, Will Ospreay, for the IWGP United States Heavyweight Championship in what will be one of the premier matches of Wrestle Kingdom in 2023. So, just to point it out, it's going to be a big January in Japan because New Japan has Wrestle Kingdom. New Japan has Wrestle Kingdom on New Japan has Wrestle Kingdom on January 4th, and and Pro Wrestling Noah is running these series of matches commemorating the final tour of Keiji Muto, the Great Muta. So it's going to be a big month of January for for Japanese wrestling. And also, I just want to point out that New Japan is back to having a 1 day show, a single day event for New Japan as as the Wrestle Kingdom events since 2019 have been stretched to 2 days, sort of like WrestleMania, because Wrestle Kingdom is New Japan's WrestleMania. Also, I just want to mention that October 1st, the event on October 1st, 2022. Wait, let me rephrase that. I misinterpreted it. Antonio Inoki, the founder of New Japan Pro Wrestling, was passed away on October 1st, 2022, and New Japan's Wrestle Kingdom will commemorate the legacy of its founder on January 4th, 2023. Thus far, right now, we have Jay White versus Kazuchika Okada for the IWGP World Heavyweight Championship. Kairi versus Tama Nakano for the IWGP Women's Championship. The tournament final to crown the inaugural World Television Champion in New Japan. And it's actually the New Japan, the NJPW World Television Championship. It is not the IWGP World Television title. Zack Sabre Jr. versus Ren Narita. Taiji Ishimori defends the IWGP Junior Heavyweight title against Hiromu Takahashi, El Desperado, and Master Wato in a four-way match. And of course, the match that was just announced, IWGP United States Heavyweight Champion Will Ospreay against Kenny Omega in what will be one of the more talked about matches for New Japan's first event in 2023. And let me rephrase that. It was 2022, 2020, 2021, and 2022 were two or more days for Wrestle Kingdom. The last event that was a single day event was 2019. I misspoke earlier. But also, I just want to say once again that New Japan will be dedicating Wrestle Kingdom 17 in 2023 to its founder Antonio Inoki, who passed away on October the 1st. It is rare once again that we get New Japan Pro Wrestling news, but these have been my thoughts on wrestling. Let me know your thoughts on the news that I spoke about in this video down below in the comment section. You can also show that you like this content by leaving a like or subscribing to the channel, because any and all interactions with the video do help and are very much appreciated. And also, if you want to know whenever I post a new video, you got to ding down that bell next to this subscription box, because that is the only way YouTube will send you a notification when a new video is posted. And until next time, I will see you in the next video.